Hello and welcome to this new video in the SQL content. In this video, we will understand more about joins by using some tables in the AdventureWorks database. So let's get started. Here I'll use first table, which is dim product, and another one which is fact internet sales. So this is our product entity table. Basically, this will have all the product related information. It won't have any transactions. In data warehouse terms, we call this as a dimension table. We'll learn about this further in detail. And this is our transaction table where the actual sales is recorded. And for this, there is a concept called as fact table. So dimension and fact table, just keep that in mind. We'll come to that in detail. Now, I have to see how I can join both these tables. In the previous video, we have seen the concepts of join. Now it's time to apply them on this real data and understand how we can bring in the data from multiple tables. So I say select star from fact internet sales, or I can take any table, dim product, join fact internet sales. Now understand, in this particular scenario, why do I need to join? If I look at my fact table, it has product keys. Basically, it has all the keys. Product key, all the date keys, customer key, promotion key, currency key, territory key. And it will have metrics like price, cost, tax, etc. and some dates. But if you want to know that for which product this particular transaction belongs to, you will not be able to identify it because here you just have the product key. You don't have the product name. On the other side, you do have the product name over here in the dim product, English product name column, as we are already familiar with it, and it has a product key. So now this product key column is common across both the tables. If I use the join concept, what we learned in the last video, it will help me on the basis of product key to join both the tables together, and then we can pull the columns what we need from both the tables. Keep in mind that the column name need not be the same, but the data type has to match. So I'll say on, and we'll name this as P and this as F. So I'll say P.product key is equal to F.product key. And let us narrow down to P.product key, comma, P.English product name, and I say F.sales amount. These are the only things which I want right now. So if you run this, there you go. So this gives you a practical understanding if you've never used join before. And that's why the last video was our very important base to understand joins. Although we are doing nothing different over here. It's just that the tables are different and we have more realistic data. The previous one was just like a dummy sample. So this is how we do a join. Now I get 60,398 rows. If you observe carefully, we have 60,398 rows in the fact table, and we have 606 rows, if you see on the right hand bottom corner of the screen, in the dimension table. So since we have done inner join, we have all the matching records. Alright, fine. Now I want to go ahead and see what will happen if I do a left join over here. Keep in mind, we had 60,398 records. So now if I do a left join, I'll get more number of rows, 60,846. And if you scroll down, you will see there are null values over here. What does that indicate? This is a nice scenario for someone, for beginners to especially understand how we derive the insights. Now what does that mean? If I see the sales amount is null, what does that mean? That these product keys were not available in the fact table. Keep in mind, in the left join, the left table takes priority. So in this case, the dim product is the left table. So what it means is, wherever you see this sales amount as null, all these product keys are not available in the fact table. So if you subtract 60,846 minus 6398, roughly that would be 448 rows. Those are the product keys which are not available in fact table side. And how can that help you to understand or derive insight? Let me show you. Let me copy this. And if I put a filter on this, now in join, you can do any and everything that we have learned until now. It's not that you can just do join. You can do aggregates, you can do group by, you can do pivot, order, filter, sort, anything that you want, right? So I say where f dot product key is null. So keep in mind, when you use a left join, the right side table will remain null wherever the keys are not matching or the uh, expression is not matching. If you run this, you will get only those rows which are null. And this is what 448. So if you want to find out, this is a typical business scenario that you may have n number of products in your product table, but it is not necessary that you had sales for all of them or transactions. There could be some products which have just been launched, or there could be some products which were never sold ever. So how do you find out the products which are never sold? This is the query for it. So you do a left join and then you say product key on the right hand side is null. Just one more thing in this same statement. If I copy paste this and if I remove the columns from the right table, which is the fact table, and if I run this, the number of rows which I am getting over here is called as, this particular join type is called as left anti-join. We don't have a keyword or like left join, right join for it, but this is how we do left anti-join in T-SQL. What is left anti-join? It is nothing but left join with the filter is null, and we only include the columns from the left table. That's it. No columns from the right hand table. So only columns from the left table with left join and with is null filter on the right hand side column. And another thing, let's say I take this join, which is our inner join. Let me run. So I know I get this 3 columns. However, each product key is appearing twice over here. So what I want to do is I want to group up or sum up the values for each product to know what is the total sales for each product, since these are individual transactions. So what we can do is I can remove the product key. I don't need it. And I can say sum of sales amount and rename this as, let's say, total sales. And then we'll do group by p dot English product name. So you see, practically nothing changes. Our logic remains the same what we have learned. Join is only helping us to bring in the columns from both the tables on the basis of some common column. And then the left join, right join or inner join will have the effect on the number of rows. So now when you run, you will get less number of rows, 130. This is how join helps us to now not only bring the columns from both the tables and rows, but also helps us to aggregate after the intermediate result of join is achieved. So on top of that, we will do group by. Just to show you that we are not limited only to joining. We can do everything that we have done until now. You can use your functions, group by, sort, filter, etc. Whatever. So hope this now gives you a fair bit of idea on using these tables from the AdventureWorks database. There are many more things that we will learn in the join in the upcoming videos. See you.